quick tour of the back garden. Since I give me allotment up, the allotment now is the back garden. So I'm utilising every bit of space I can get. Sun comes up over there, goes down over there. So it's a sun trap here, which is perfect. Don't get much sun here. At 2.5 hours when it goes across, it's nice on here. But this lot has got the sun first thing in the morning, and that's it. When it goes down over there, but you can still grow stuff here. These I got off the internet, small raised beds, nice depth on them, meaning they've got a good brew in there because I've filled them up. You ain't going to fill a raised bed up with rubbish, you're going to put decent stuff in. So I've got raised beds going all the way down there. 2 more this side. These, last year there was raspberries in there, the golden crap, but that was rubbish. So next year, both these 2 beds have an exhibition peas growing in them. This one is having the raspberries. I'm just waiting for them to cool. Half basket of strawberries. These have done well. What I'm doing there, I ain't gonna see nothing yet because I've only done them 3 days ago. They're showing a new one. When they throw the runners, you can see them. Them root in there is telling you pop me up. So you can either pot him up or pot them up in their own little bag. So I've got a bit of cling film, put a bit of compost in moist and just wrap that cling film round the plant and got a pipe cleaner and tied it. And after a week or so, even this, well it's mild now, but it gives you extra plants, and we'll see the ones I've done later on in there. Utilising space again, blackberry. This is a good one, so I'm trailing him up here, up the side, and then he's going across the top. So I've got space along the top. You can see where he's coming now. So when he gets long, a bit longer, he'll go across there. I've got some more plastic crap to put up, so I'll train him all along. Couple in pots. You can small pots, or small pots, half-size pots. You can still grow fruit trees in that or whatever. This was a table I bought. Well, earlier on in the year, so it'll be ready for next year. So obviously he's going up and he's going across the top here along the netting again. Canners, I'm into them and all now. Let's see where frost has jobbed the leaves, but because it's gone mild again, I'm starting flowering again, as you can see with him. It's just coming through again. And these 2 corkers, beautiful flower. Only a little Brazilianis, that one. But they're corkers. This is the best thing you can get so far anyway. Cleopatra. He's just starting to open up again. This is a yellow, red, and this year for the first time I had an orange flower as well. So that's 3 colours on one plant. But the leaves as well, that look at the foliage on him. Superb. How the hell does nature do that? That's why I like them. But these will flower till the first frost. Exactly the same as the Alstrom area. Love them and all. But as soon as you get a good frost and it jobs them, that's when you got to put them away. You got to protect them. But we've had a loopy year this year weather-wise. We had cold nights in the March, April, and it stunted everything. Plants don't know what to bloody do, so we don't know. And my limes, as you can see there, I'm just fruiting now. 2 months too late. He'll go in the tunnel later on. Look after him. Right, let's have a perm. So I managed to get, because we got a hound as our grandchild, a dog. He's got to run from the porch door over the wall. So that bit of space, I've utilised that as well by putting 2 more beds in, a bit more colour. Dog's 4-year-old now. When we first had her, it was a pain in the arse in the sense I started digging up the lawn. I thought, you little dog. And I thought, yes, this can work to my advantage. So I says to Lynn, if you get rid of the lawn, have astroturf, I can then put you a raised bed in the middle with pots like this, and you'll have extra colour. I.e., instead of having a lawn, you got more colour, and that worked. Got away with it. So the large pots, this is a rose from the mother-in-law's. We've kept him. I'm going to give him a good prune later on, but as you can see, them he's still coming back. And I've got a rose in each corner of the raised beds, and they've gone bloody loop and all, but I'm still doing well. Fig, all my fruit, well, everything I grow for eating wise, I grow it for our show. This is a fig I had earlier on. Brown turkey, the Amos cop. He's obviously finishing now. But I've got one inside the tunnel, which fruits for our show. Blueberries, it's time for our show as well. Obviously he's finished. Summer bedding I've just took out, so the winter bedding's gone in. So these have summer bedding in, and in the edge, and they just trailing petunias, they cover that front of the raised bed as well. Cannas I've trialled. Getting into them, you can grow them in pots, you can leave them in the ground, as you can see the pots there. So all I've got to do is easier. You can either put them on straight on top of the bed, just lift the pot up, or bury them. I mean, if you can get away with it, it's better to bury them, because if you do get the winds, which we've just had, and luckily none of them blew over, but he has blown over this year. So if you can bury them, then they're not going to blow over. Just look after them. And he's just coming out again. He had get up. It's the one down the bottom. I think the one. Just go back down here again. With the cannas, they just keep growing. Like you'll see the new shoots coming up from the bottom. They will grow if you give them the right conditions all year round. Right, cannas. He's died off, as you can see, he's finished. He ain't going to do much more anyway. So where he comes out, he's a new one coming out. So just go down to the knuckle. Most flowers or branches go for the knuckle. Hold him nice and tight, and just snap him off. Meaning, all the nourishment now will go into the flowers. Don't forget, any plant has got to survive. So any old flower, same as this summer bedding, anything like that, are good to seed, because that is their way of carrying on life. That the young is the seed. That's why you deadhead. The more you deadhead, the more that plant has got to throw flower to survive. Exactly the same as these. if I hadn't pinched him off, you can see the seed heads there, they're green. If I'd have kept him on, eventually they'd go black. Meaning, once them go black, you know he's done his bit for next year. If we take him off, he's now going to throw more. So, just look after them, and they'll look after you. Delphiniums, that's the second growth this year. The only thing is the wind bloody splats them on the rain. When the rain gets on the weight of it, toppers mower, so you got to tie them up. But this is the second flowering. When they finish the first flowering, I'll just cut them off at the base, leave a 2-inch top, and then I feed them. And this is the second growth. So get out of everything what you're getting. So Alstroemeria, I love these because they will flower till the first frost as well. Exactly the same again. All I'm doing is deadheading. He's finished, so take him out. It's the time of year now, you're going to get some every day. But just keep taking them out and he'll keep flowering. But these are ideal for a cut flower as well inside the house, and a Boston flower. Tunnel. This was made about 30 years ago. Nice and solid. If the wind takes him, I'm giving up, but he won't. That's a 65mm gas pipe, and in there the scaffolding poles, so they go into a pole was cemented in, and this piping goes into that scaffolding pole, if that makes sense, all over it, meaning that's solid as a strapper, and they go in nowhere. And the horticultural plastic, I think it's 600 grade, that's going to last for years. Just look after it. I think the last one I had down the plot, I had 18 years out of it. So early spring, this will be getting a wash off with a small brush, just span and brush. Where's my brush? I'll get a bucket of soapy water and just use that, wash all the crap off, and then hose it down, and it's nice and clear again for the start of the season. The more sunlight you can get in there, the better. But whatever you have, whether it's a tunnel or a greenhouse, you've got to have ventilation. So ventilation all the way around the sides on the bottom. I've got netting. So the plastic is stapled to that and the netting. On the front, I've got my little door, so that's extra ventilation again. And also inside, I've got a solar powered fan there. Obviously there's no sun, there's a solar panel for that, so that's extras. Might as well have a perv in here while I'm here. Right, because I didn't want the tunnel too high, i.e. neighbours have got to look at it and us, I suppose. So to keep him down a bit, dug down here, so, which is, if he was high, if I'm standing up in there, my head's touching that. So if you dig down, and there's a good brew in here, which I've put in over the years, I'm now working from waist height, exactly the same as the raised beds, which we'll see in a minute. I'm not bending, you got to think when you get old. Like my neighbour next door, this might be his last year gardening, because he called it nothing new garden now. And he said a couple of months ago, I wish I'd have had raised beds like you, I've got any road up. I used to grow me exhibition leeks and onions in here, but now I'm into fruit more than anything, and me Gladys, I like them and all. This is for eating and for exhibition. Peach tree, that one. This is a new one this year, goji berry. Still got the little chaps on. I bung these in my yogurt on the morning for breakfast. Strawberries, still flowering, still going. These two are blackcurrant, blackberry, red currant down here. Peach tree, I planted him a couple of months ago. And that one will go on that side when he's dormant. So early spring, just before he started come back into life again, I'll plant him there. This one is a Cape gooseberry. I've trained him across the top. He's still going along. Meaning he's still giving me fruit. But Boston, another good one for you. For goodness. What I'm going to try with him this year is try and save him like a fuchsia. You can cut them, put them in a greenhouse. Cold greenhouse, frost free. And just keep them ticking over winter. And then they come back again. So instead of starting from scratch each year, I'm going to try and keep him. I'll just cut him down later on when he has finished. But just in case I do lose him, then I'll start a few seedlings off early next year. If he does come back, then I'll use them for the bring and buy for our garden club. I'll take them down there. 2 grapevines at the bottom, 2 new ones this year. These went in a couple of months ago or something. So I've dug down and the roots are outside, meaning our mate upstairs, he will water them for me. That's why you plant them outside, going under the tunnel or greenhouse. So I've got my wires across the top and each grapevine will go out the road. That one's for another Pete, that's for Adam, my son, he just moved house. So that's for him later on when he's settled in. Blueberry, you'll have him later on as well. I'll pot him up. This is my new fig, Ron de Bordeaux. Obviously with the internet now, there's loads of clubs about, and I just put well, I look for fig growers, and there's a UK fig group. I thought that'll do me, so I asked for a fig that a fruit for the first week in September. Right. Give me this one, the name, so he would take over from our mate out there, and I'll give Aaron that fig. So he's in that pot. Obviously he's going to stay in here over winter, although we have got ventilation all the way around. You've still got protection in here, more so than leaving him outside. This one is a honeyberry, first one I've had in this year as well, and he was still throwing honeyberries until a couple of months ago. That's the first year with him, so next year I want some decent size ones off them, but just look after them. Red currant, everything I do I trial and error, as you can see, still on there. They must crap on them, so. He was always too early for our show, so I trialled this year with everything. obviously when they grow, it's like everything, you've got to pick them. If you don't pick them, I'm not going to throw any new ones. It's like your runner beans. Pick the lot that are ready, then they'll throw more. They've got to survive. Exactly the same with these. So I was picking everything, and he's got to survive as well. So he was still throwing flowers and whatever. So I carried on feeding him, looking after him, and I managed to exhibit these at our show. It's very rare. I mean, before you just take it, it's too early. The fruit's too early for the show. We just keep feeding him and looking after him, and he will carry on fruiting, as you've seen there. So this does well in here. We got to keep the mice out. The squirrels, we got bloody SAS squirrels up in the back garden, and he digs everywhere and all. Kiwi fruit, looking into that. Years ago when I first started my fruit, well I didn't start it because I was looking into it, and then buying a fruit tree was cost a bloody bomb anyway. It took you 3 years to get fruit till it was established. I thought, sod that, I'd rather grow veg. So it was a while before I got into fruit. But from then to now, the good thing about with cross-pollination, and I can introduce new breeds. And this is one kiwi, Jenny, and it's ideal for UK conditions, growing in the UK. So when the sun does come out, if he's out all day, this is a sun trap. That's why I painted that white, to repel the heat and the light back onto the plant. And I've put my little frame up, and he's going to train up there. I'll still grow stuff in here. He's only taking over the back, and the shallots going in here, I think. When I was in the fire service, if you had a good job or something, I used to, and there was house bricks about, I used to borrow them and bring them back. They did different colour house bricks, so it took me 30 on here to build these raised beds. I did have tops on all these. That was to look after me, used to be blanch leeks in here, but now I've cleared them up, stopped growing the exhibition veg. I took the tops off, so our mate upstairs will wait for me. But basically, end of the season, these are gladdies in. I've got contacts for the rabbit muck, as you can see, so that's my top dressing, rabbit muck. Yeah, worms already. Might as well have a nose. But it's a good brew, plus loads of worms and eggs in there, which I'm going to have. Bloody worms in there. Got to have that on because of the squirrel, stopping, as you can see there, the netting on my fruit trees as well. Stop the bloody squirrel digging everything up, looking for these nuts, peanuts. Another tree I'm going to bung in here, this gap, but with blackberry, which I've just cut off. Obviously I had fruit off this year, so that runner, this is for next year, that will give me fruit next year. It's slowing down a bit now, but if it does go any further, he'll just go back on there. And my new shoot, which will come springtime onwards for the year after, I'll train him across the top on the wire, which I did with this one. And when I cut the old crap off, then I take that off and just bring it round here. Shed obviously with the tools, this was here, and the greenhouse when we bought the house. The water butt he had was here, and that was just derelict around the side. So I utilised this space as well, because later on, when the sun goes over there, when it starts going down, I noticed the sun was covering this spot here. I thought, bloody hell, I'll get 3.5 hours of sun. So I put these beds in. I tried sweet peas up here, but I want to try my spare exhibition sweet peas. Down at the back of the shed here, there's about 2 foot. That's where I used to put my bags of leaf mould. When I've made them up, squash the air out, it's all nice and moist, the leaves. Bung them down there for 6 months, have a perv at it. It's beautiful stuff. Raised beds is exactly the same as pots. He's in a pot, pear tree. They drop every year because of compaction from the rain. As you can see, this raised bed, see how much he's dropped. Because I top dress these, whenever I'm growing in the raised bed, once everything's out, then I top dress it. So that's filling that raised bed up again. And I've got to do him. I've got to get some bigger mesh. So just look after your stuff. Top dress everything. If you use a natural product, whatever, a good manure, which there's getting more about now, is alpaca muck. Surprised how many alpaca herders there are around near to you. It is beautiful stuff. Exactly the same as rabbit muck. There's no strength in it. You can use it straight away. Alpaca muck, Boston. They have to get rid of the muck. So does the rabbit muck mon. I think he's got about 28 rabbits. Meaning he's got to get rid of his manure. And he drops it off here at the house. It's the one who used to have the allotment. Exactly the same with the alpaca muck. They've got to get rid of it. And then bags, he bags them up. Because they're nice loose little lumps, they're dry, and it's £1 a bag because it keeps them in the shed. So you can take them in your car. The missus ain't going to say anything because it's not dirty bags. You can go and collect your own alpaca muck. Bag it up yourself, but it's outside, it's muddy, and it's, well, for £1 a bag it's superb. So that is good stuff. So top dress with anything, any manure. All the manures I've got in here is goat muck, ox muck, obviously alpaca and rabbit. But every manure has got something in which other manures haven't. It's a natural product. Plus it's a good feed, an excellent feed. Use it. There's my strawberries which I had started off out there in little bags of cling film. These were done a couple of days ago. So the new shoots coming already. The light green. Obviously they're going to be a bit slow because the weather's crap. Shallots, they was put in a couple of days ago. Exhibition shallots. I'm just doing them again for one of the classes at our gardening club, Collegiate Gardening Club. But they'll be stuck in here, cold greenhouse, they don't need any heat whatsoever. Also, when I used to do the exhibition spuds as well, you can start your spuds off in, say, a pot that size. Just get your seed potato, put your multi-purpose compost in and 1 spud and bury it. Just leave it in a cold greenhouse. Just give me a head start when you start spurting. Later on, if you've got to pot him up to the next pot again. Then you got a head start for when you plant him out. Another thing, you don't need any heat. Probably 2 litre pot or 2.5 litre pot. It's about that size. Multi-purpose compost again. And I do these for our bringing by the gardening club. I thinly sow Musselburgh seed. Just get them from Wilco. You just get loads of stuff from bloody Wilco. Why didn't the government look after them? Wilco sort them out. Gardeners are missing them. In the road. So thinly in Musselburgh. And they will spurt in a cold greenhouse. It's usually early Feb. I start them off. But I usually do 4 or 5 pots. I had these off mate Samantha. gave us a talk on hellebores 2 months back, and I took some canners down to our gardening club on the night to auction off, and I said I like them, and her grows these, same family. I says try these out. I mean he's got a new spirit on, so he's still ticking away, but slowly these are dying off, as you can see. But these are tubers. Look at them to, in fact one pulled off this morning, and they will all pull off eventually because I'm going to slow down for winter. These are small citrus. I had these plants earlier on in the year, and exactly the same again because I'm late, because we've had loopy bloody weather. I'm throwing fruit now. Couple of canners there. Them for people who are interested in them. That was my first canner I had, Durban. I loved it because of the foliage on the leaf. Look at the colours on that leaf, superb. And when you get the sun behind them, it's even better. And my mate was after one on exactly the same again, International Canner Society. I'll go on to, I'm learning from that. Somebody said I'm after a Durban, and it lives a distance away. I said when you're passing, just pick one up, you can have one. So I'm keeping this for when it's passing. But if I call do it, what I'm going to do, obviously he's going to stay in here, and I'll let him die off, and then I'll just chop it, and I'll clean the rhizome, because canners are rhizomes, like he's a corm. Rhizomes go horizontal, and the shoots come up from that. You can clean it off. So I'm going to post that rhizome once I've cleaned it off to her. If I can't get down here, or I ain't got no mace that pass. But then busted. Good canners. So my greenhouse up here, I've got electric up, meaning I've got a heater at the back. But I only used to use the heater for starting stuff up in here on this side, which is canna seed, which I'll cover again in a bit. So my water is rainwater out the butt. Got my little tea bag there of manure. That's pelleted, well I used to use pelleted chicken muck until I got my contact for me rabbit muck, and that's what's in there with the alpaca. So that's extra feed when you're watering. If I run out of rainwater in the water butt, they've got to fill it with tap water. I just leave the lid off for 48 hours, and all the crap will disperse out of the rainwater. Tap water. There's that much crap in tap water to look after kids' teeth. It'll kill the good bacteria. I've got a little door frame I made there, wooden frame with plastic, see-through plastic, same as this shit. And that all I'm doing is heating that end. This is getting no heat this end. But that was when I did my exhibition veg, which I don't do much now. Little propagator we got in the shed that'll come in here. And if there's any canna seed, when I started doing the canners, looking into that, I've got a mate in Canada, Sylvain. He's got the same trouble out there. All our nurseries in the UK are importing canners, plants from Holland. The majority of them have got a virus because they don't give a crap. They've just got fields of canners or nurseries stocked up with canners, and they got the bloody virus. But I'm still flogging them to the nurseries, and the nurseries have got to know as well. So the best way, I mean you might get away with it, but the best way is just to start off from seed, which you know is clean. And I have seed off made from Canada every year, and that's what all my stock is, all the stuff out there, majority of it. Plus I found, since then I found out there's 3 or 4 blokes in the UK, growers like myself, who they got their own stock as well, and they do swaps. They flog their seed and plants if you live local. Sometimes I put them in the post. So if you can get on the, if you can get the seed themselves, you know it's clean stock. Because a mate in Canada, he uses field propagated, and you know that there's no disease near this field or whatever when he keeps his own stock, and it's clean. But he's got it as well. Their nurses over there are flogging crap canners with a virus, and there's people moaning. And we've got the same here. But I'm into canners now and all. Still learning. But if you want to learn anything about anything, obviously message me. I'm on Facebook, YouTube. Just put my name on YouTube, and you'll see loads of videos on there. But there's loads of groups on Facebook as well, like I've got on them with the figs and every canners, everything else. But that's how you're gonna learn. But hope you've enjoyed the tour. I'm known as the Compost King. Just have a perm on there and well. But you'll see all my videos on YouTube. Any questions, just message me. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.